and I just lost my dad a little while ago. I don't know. Me and my dad didn't have the best relationship for obvious reasons, but like me and my mom, like my world, you know what I mean? And then when I lost my dad, it kind of like put realization to like this just the circle of life, throw that Lion King mix in there, right? Like she's healthy and everything's fine, but like there will be a day where I'm gonna have to deal with like I remember when my dad passed away. I was with some homegirls. We were out at Arcadia. We just hit some golf balls. We were having a great time, and we went to a bar after playing golf. And then my sisters are all FaceTiming me, and I'm like, all three of my sisters are FaceTiming me. This is awesome. So I pick up the FaceTime, and it's all three of my sisters saying my dad's not responsive. So I immediately run out the bar, and I'm like, "What do you mean? What's going on?" And he had a heart attack, and then they're doctors, so they're talking about, oh, he hasn't been responsive for, they went so technical, like they knew 3 minutes in, 5 minutes, he's a vegetable, like, all the stuff that I didn't know. I was like, yeah, like they can get him back, and then he was gone, um, and then that hurt. I just didn't know how to like deal with that pain. And I know I got to like, like my dad was there for my divorce, so he kind of helped me through it because he got divorced and we talked about it, and that helped. But still, like, it sucked. It was like in that place because my dad wasn't, I wasn't at proximity with my dad where I saw him every day, but like I could pick up the phone and talk to him. And I mean, I have like voicemails on my phone. I listen to him still. And sometimes I feel like he called, but, but then, uh, I sit there and I'm like, man, this shit's gonna happen again. And then my aunts, and so we were at my aunt. I love her to death. I have three aunts. They're all amazing. But I was to my aunt's 80th in Bahamas just recently, and she's amazing. I'm coming around the corner because we got there first, and I'm putting clothes, like I put my mom's bags, and I walked everybody up to their rooms, and she's sitting there. She doesn't see me yet, and I can just see her like rubbing her knee. I can see she's in pain a little bit. Her back hurts. Maybe the seat's not uncomfortable. And then it all just creeps in my head. And maybe I shouldn't have been there in my head for a second. And we talked about it. Me and my Aunt Janice talked about it too. But then I come around the corner and she lights up. She acts as like she's not in pain and everything. That's the kind of like love that like my aunts are, like we're really tight knit. And then, after the weekend, it was an amazing weekend with family in the Bahamas, wilding out. But then, I talked to her and she says, "What's going on with you?" She calls me. It's like, "Why are you so sad? I saw you sad sometimes." And then we talked about it. And then I was like, "Hey," I'm like, and she's like, "Hey, I'm at the winter of my life." And maybe I'm just not ready to hear it yet. You know what I mean? But it comes for us all. But I feel like I've conquered everything in my life except that. That's the next thing. And I don't think you can conquer it. You just got to deal with it.
What would you tell your dad if you could talk to him again?
I think I think my dad wasn't the perfect dad, you know? He did a lot of things that I'm not proud that he did. But in a way, I thought he made me a better dad. I tried to like learn from his mistakes. Um, but, and that's what I would tell him, like your mistakes, I didn't fall in those same pitfalls that you fell into. And, I mean, maybe that's why I see stuff like he was so rough on me, and, so it made me tougher, but him being so rough on me, just that's why I'm like a black belt in Krav Maga, like second degree or whatever, and he just made me tough and made me a protector. Like he built me the way I am, and you can't. I could cry about what he did to me and how he did it, but he made me what I am. And I mean, and that infused with my mom, like he made me tough and he made me tough and hard. My mom made me a gentleman. You fuse those together and you got Reginald 2.0, you know what I mean? But like I would tell him like I'm okay. You know what I mean? I feel like he definitely didn't live with our family, and I mean, he didn't try to though. Like he had every opportunity to be like this, come in but like he had his own shit to deal with. He was a Vietnam veteran, and I feel like that also took a toll on him. But he made decisions, and as a grown ass man, he had to live with them. And I just want to, if I could talk to him, I'd be like, hey, decisions you made, I'm not holding them against you, and I'm okay. And you didn't hurt me. In a way, you helped me, because this rough stuff that you put me through made me tougher than most, and you. And I won't fall in the same pitfalls that you fall in, because I saw what happens when you do. You know what I mean? So I would tell him,
But I think that's,
maybe your hardships helped me.
I think that's credit to you though. It's because you could have also gone completely the opposite way, and you didn't. I have somewhat of a similar experience. Not like my dad wasn't a war veteran or anything like that, but he dealt with alcoholism, like violence in his family with my mom.
I mean, same exactly. Yeah. Like, I mean, I think my dad, that just got introduced through the vehicle of Vietnam. You know what I mean? You see someone's head blown off, killing people, like shit goes down.
But I think there's credit to you and how you took what happened to you and you turn it around. And I know it wasn't like right away. I know you did some crazy stuff too. So tell me about that time in Baltimore, because you always talk about Baltimore, and like I'm from Cuba, bro. Like I know nothing about Baltimore.
Well, I mean, I think Baltimore is growing up. Like I got to grow up. My dad's like lives on the east side, like very very hard part of town, and then my mom lived out in the county, and so seeing the both sides of things. But like I was blessed that I lived with my mom, and my dad kind of protected us from that in a way. Like he made sure we had the money to live in the nice part of town, go to private schools for the most part. But I also like living out there, you get to understand that violence is everywhere.